So hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another video in our Let's Make a Game in Unity series. So today we're gonna make some UI elements and a end screen that's particularly saddening because this game you cannot ever win. So that's the whole idea. So we're gonna just show our user that our game is unwinnable, and yes, there's a score, so you can just chase your own score, but yeah, at the end of the day, you're not really going to win. But let's get into the UI side of things. Go ahead and subscribe for more great videos like this one. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to create an empty object because we're going to make some more spawn points because it looks very linear. So we're going to change that. So we're going to make a left asteroid spawn container, and we're going to put all our asteroids inside of that container. Well, inside of it. Okay. So we're just going to create one more spawn point, so we have 5 of them. Okay, so now we want to have these all on the left-hand side. So we need the middle point first. So we're going to just set it at -9. So number 2 will be our middle point, and the other points will just be above and below that point. So we're just going to add 3 each time, so that we have a nice straight line. Although it won't look linear because when they start, it won't actually look like it's in a square form, so it will all work out. Alright, we can then close our container, and then we're just going to duplicate that. So Control D or Command D, and we're just going to name this right asteroid spawn container. And we're just going to drop the menu, and then we're going to move these all the way to the right hand side. So we're just going to change the X to 9 instead of -9. And they're exactly where we want them to be. Alright, now we want to make the top and the bottom, so let's first create the top ones. So let's just duplicate the right hand side one and name this top spawn container. Drop down the menu, and now we need to find the center point at the top. So we're just going to move everything to 0 and then 6 on the y-axis. Actually, let's make it 7. There we go. Now we know that all of these just need to be to the left and the right side, so they can all be at 7. And then let's just change their x positions. Okay, so we just want to make that -6, or 6 rather, -3, -6, and then there we go. They're all in line. So now we can just copy and paste that again, or duplicate, whichever you prefer. I mean, it's really your choice. And then we're just going to move that all down to -7 on the Y, and our asteroid spawns are in the right place. So now we need to change our asteroid spawn container, our size of our array. So we have 20, and now we just need to fill them all in. Yes, lovely. So we're just going to drag and drop them, and you know, when there's a 4, just start with the next group. I know a person can do this dynamically, but at this point in time it doesn't really matter because it is quite a beginner tutorial, this, so it's not that important. So just remember to drag the 3s over the 3s. That didn't really make sense, but you know what I mean, because otherwise it would take it only from the left spawn. So you need to make them all the new spawn ones. Okay, so just gonna fast forward it, and boom, we're back. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go change our script to be able to handle 20 elements. So we just change the 4 to 20, and that's it. You can just hit save, and then let's run our game. See what that looks like. Okay, there we go. So our asteroids are now spawning from all over the map, the window, whatever you want to call it. I'll let you decide what you want to call it. Whoa. Look at that skill. Right there, no, I'm gonna lose. But there we go, game over on the bottom left. So we want to show that to our gamers. So let's get into that part of the tutorial now. Okay, so let's start with the score. So what we need to do is we need to create a new UI element with a text, and it will create a canvas for us. We need to change our scale mode to scale with screen size, and our reference will be 1920 by 1080, and our match needs to be 0.5, so it scales accordingly. And there our canvas is completed. So we need to change our text to score text so that we know what our text does, and then we can align it to the top. So press Alt to do that bouncy thing, and that's just where it like locks, it anchors itself. And let's change some sizes. There we go, we can see our text is now there on the left. We need to center it, and let's just align it again because we changed our size. Remember to always align again when you change your size, and then let's change our coloring. Let's make that score, and let's just make it 0. Unless you want to cheat, if you want, you know. You can like start it at like 7 if you really want to. Alright, so now we need a reference to that. So let's go to our gameplay control script and add a public text. Aha, you see there's a problem. Text is not there because we first need to import a Unity engine.ui that allows us to control the UI. Now our text, it works. So now we just need to give it a name, score text, and voila. Now we need a start method so that we can get that component. .get component, well, what? Score text, there we go. Good spot for all you keen, eagle-eyed people. Alright, so now inside our increase score, we want to put change our score text. So score text dot text allows us to change the physical text, and then we have to get this right. So score, and then remember that space, plus score, there we go. So now it will work exactly the way it should. So we can save that, and now we need to reference that to our space where we have our gameplay control script. When it loads, eventually. There it is. Voila. It was like magic. And then we drag it over, and now we can hit play. And boom, we have a score text. Yes. So now let's actually try and get a score. Unless you cheated, obviously, where you put the 7 in, you know. Oh, look at that skill. Look at this. Oh, I'm totally gonna lose this one. No. Alright. I'll just hit play again. No one saw that at all. No one. Alright, let's do this. Time to get a score. Yeah. I'm totally gonna lose again. No. This game is so difficult. Alright. We're just gonna, you know, edit the code a little bit. Let's just make that 0.5 so it spawns slower. Oh wait, 0.5 will make it spawn quicker. Okay, so this is even more impossible now. Let's see if I can get a point anyway. I don't know, might as well try. Yep. Yep, this is impossible. Yeah, It's like a wall of asteroids, so no, that didn't work. But look at that, there's a score of 1. Yes, I know, I know. Let's just change that to 2. So that, yeah, let's try it one more time. Just see if our score increases a little bit more than 1 point. Okay, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for it this time, I'm telling you. Uh-huh. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I really hope that you guys are much better at this game than what I am. Alright, seriously, last time. I'm gonna try one more time. Like, I got the really slow movement with the planet random speed. So maybe I stand a better chance now to get a better score. Yeah, I'm just gonna weave it in between those. There we go. Did you see that? Definitely gonna score a point or 2 there. Alright, I'm just gonna wait that one out. Exactly, you see, you have to play clever. Patience, patience. There we go, look at that. Haha! Fascinating. Ah, alright. Weave it again, weave it again. Oh, never mind. Alright, a score of 9. It's better than 1. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's just add some depth to our score. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our score text and duplicate it. Just move it to the top because we want it in the background. And we're going to change that to background, so score text background. And let's just change the X and Y positions just slightly so that it looks like it has the background effect, and make the color dark. Obviously, you can pick whatever color you like. I just like this kind of shadowy effect. And now we just need to go change some in our script. So public text, score text background. And then we need a reference to that as well. Yeah. And then we need to have it exactly the same. So we're going to say .text equals, and then we're just going to copy and paste what's above it so that we know it's exactly the same. Because otherwise it's just going to look weird. Okay, yeah, there we go. It's got that depth effect. Awesome. Now we just need to drag in our reference to our background text, and there it is already, and voila. Okay, so now we're going to show our endgame, so let's just duplicate our planet. You'll see where it's going now. Actually, you've already seen it. And let's just center that. And now we go into the prefab, and let's just add a light, a directional light. There we go. And now let's change the sizes to 2 and 2 on the X and Y. And then we're just going to work on the inner. Okay? So now we're just going to move a few things around and delete a few things to create a little sad face. Alright, let's move that one up. And now we need to change the inside, the little blue turquoisey color. Just going to move that around a little bit. There we go. Okay, well, the background makes no difference as long as it looks like a sad kind of face. There we go. Let's delete this big one. There we go. Okay, now we just need to change the length of this. And you guys can mess around. I'm literally just like freestyling this. There we go. I'm just gonna duplicate that. Even that looks cool. But I wanted to make like a little bit of a sad face, so yeah. And then rotate it just a little bit. And then just move them around a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It kind of looks like a sad face. Don't worry about the overlapping there. Not just because there's directional light in the game itself, it won't look like that because we're going to remove it. And let's just create some sad looking eyebrows. There we go. I think that looks quite sad enough. Alright, so now we can close that and let's just remove our directional light. And there we go. Actually, I think he needs like these little spots in his eyes, like the pupils. Yeah, I think that's gonna look better. So I'm just gonna copy one of these and then just resize it. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be black because remember we added a material to it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Just move that down so he looks. Oh, look at that. There we go, and that looks sad enough. Yeah, there we are. That looks good. Looks sad, but it looks good. Okay, so now we need to remove our directional light, sorry. And there we go. And if we go back, there we go. That's going to be our end screen. So we can keep that there. Now we need to go to the scripting. So in our gameplay control script, we're going to just get a reference to that sad face. So game object. Let's call it end game plant, maybe. End game image. Yeah, that makes more sense. Let's just get a reference to that. Get component, game object. There we go. Now we want to set it as false when we start the game. So the start method runs when the game starts. So we would need to set that to false. And now we need to just set it to active when our game is over. So let's just remove our debug because we know it works. And now there we go, and set active to true. There we go. So now we can just save that and go back into Unity. Now we just need to get that reference when it loads again. It's busy compiling in the background now. Eventually. So while we wait, we can just remove all these components because we don't need them because we're not going to control this. So the rigid body and the collider and the rotation around the sun, we can maybe keep the planet rotation, that's fine. Just for added effect. And there we go, it's loaded. So now we can drag our image, but not our prefab, sorry. We need to drag in our game object. There we go. Now when we hit play and we lose, it should work perfectly. Okay, so let's give this a go. If I lose, it's intentional. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna go straight into not that asteroid. You thought I was gonna go into it, didn't you? Yeah. And I'm gonna miss one again. Yeah, getting our score to just making 100% sure that our score is working. There we go. I mean, I'd call this skill. Sort of, not really. Hey, that's the highest score we've had so far. Although I might have tweaked the code a little bit, and I'm going to lose anyway. Whoa, did you see that? Right in between. Yeah, like if there was a tournament, I would totally be the best player at the moment. Probably not. Just kidding. Alright, that's a really high score. Yeah. 24, and I'm gonna lose now. Yep, there we go. And boom, there's our little sad face. And that might be an issue with our particle effect coming through from the sun. So we just need to move our face a little bit more towards us in the Z-axis, and then we can run our game again. But before we do that, let's make our planet just cry, because, you know, we can. Alright, so let's add our directional light again. There we go, and let's just create a simple particle system just to add a little bit more effect. And we're just going to change its rotations and some speed. There we go. And our size. Okay, our lifetime will remain the same, I think. Let's just check. Start speed, yeah, 2. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just move this around to where you feel it's gonna work. As long as it looks like he's crying. Him. The planet. Gonna call him, I don't know, Jeff. Let's call him Jeff the planet. There we go. And now we just need to move it a little bit outwards so we can actually see it. There we go. That doesn't matter. That's fine. And then just change the color. Cool. Let's change the shape a little bit wider. Make it like 50. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's just duplicate that. There we go. Oh, look at him. Just change the size of our particles to, there it is, 3. I don't know what I was looking at there. And 3, and there we go. We can save that. We've got to, I forgot to change take away the directional light. That needs to be deleted. Aha, yes, very good. And then let's just move our planet towards us. So let's just take, there we go, and it can be like -1. That's fine, as long as it's in front of all the others. And then we can hit play, and voila, it should be working wonderfully. Although I'm going to try my best to get some points here. Probably going to lose, you know. Right. Alrighty. Screw this game. But yeah, there's our little face. There's our sad face with the crying and tears. And I didn't even get 1 point there, so that was really bad. But that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me once again, and thank you to all our new subscribers. So just as a side note, next week there might not be a video because we're taking part in the community game jam with Brackies and Blackthorn Prod and all those other awesome developers. And we'll see you there on itch.io. We're going to try our best to finish a game by ourselves, by myself. So we'll see you there and have a good week further. Cheers.